Before you spend this 2007 Canadian nickel, stop for a moment and look closer. Because most people never notice what's actually hidden inside coins like this. To millions of people, this is just another ordinary 5-cent piece. It goes into vending machines, pocket change, drawers, and old jars without anyone ever paying attention. But collectors don't see it that way. They see details. They see history. They see possibilities. Now look at the beaver design on this coin, the water lines, the fur texture, the lettering around the edge. Most people think it's just decoration, but collectors know something important. Every small detail can tell a story about how the coin was made. And here's where things get interesting. In recent years, coin collecting changed completely. Social media and viral videos turned ordinary pocket change into something people actually check carefully. Suddenly, millions of people started searching through their coins looking for something unusual. Because nobody wants to realize later that they spent something special. That's where the curiosity begins. What if a coin in your pocket right now is already something collectors are looking for? And you never noticed it? Now imagine you open an old coin jar and see this exact nickel sitting there. At first, it looks normal. But when you look again, something feels slightly different. Maybe the shine is stronger. Maybe the edges look sharper. Maybe the coin reflects light in a way the others don't. That's how collectors start noticing coins. Not with certainty, but with curiosity. Because coins are not all the same, even if they share the same year. Some coins leave the mint with stronger details. Some survive circulation better. Some look cleaner, even after years of use. And this is where condition becomes important. A heavily worn coin loses its detail. It becomes flat, dull, and common. But a high-quality example can still show sharp features, strong luster, and clear design elements. Collectors pay attention to that difference immediately. Because sometimes condition is what separates ordinary coins from collectible ones. And once people online start discussing a coin, the attention grows fast. What if one small difference is enough to make people search everywhere? Look closely at the lettering on this coin. On some examples, the letters are sharp and bold. On others, they appear soft and faded. That difference might look small, but collectors notice it instantly. Because it tells them how the coin has survived over time. Every scratch, every mark, every tiny wear pattern adds to the story of the coin. And here's something most people don't realize. Modern coins are often ignored because people think they're too new to matter, but that is not always true. Some modern coins become interesting simply because of how well they were preserved, or how unusual they look compared to others from the same year. And when that happens, collectors start paying attention. Because rarity is not always about age. Sometimes it's about condition. Sometimes it's about small details nobody expected to matter. And sometimes it's about coins people have been spending for years without ever checking properly. Equals, equals, equals. Equals, 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 equals. Part 4. Nice is a minimum letter. While not just by the military true of a chief to a minimum letter does not for what it are. The way I've heard it be insible. In consequences step in a 48 true your phone elements or have been a vehicle minute. Minimum lies it's lovely or calculable. Well, the consequences is from trouble. Now think about how many times this coin has passed through different hands. Stores, machines, people, change counters, banks. Each time it moves, it gets a little more wear. That's why finding a clean example becomes more interesting to collectors. Because most coins don't stay perfect for long. They get scratched. They lose shine. They fade slowly over time. But occasionally, one coin survives better than the rest. And that's where attention starts. Collectors look for coins that stand out slightly from the rest of circulation pieces. Not perfect, not magical, just different enough to notice. And sometimes that difference is enough to start discussions online, Because once people start comparing coins, patterns begin to appear. Some coins look brighter, some look sharper, some just feel different when you see them under light. And that curiosity spreads quickly. What if you already handled a coin like this and never looked twice? Now think about how many times this coin has passed through different hands. Stores, machines, people, change counters, banks. Each time it moves, it gets a little more wear. That's why finding a clean example becomes more interesting to collectors. Because most coins don't stay perfect for long. They get scratched. They lose shine. They fade slowly over time. But occasionally, one coin survives better than the rest. And that's where attention starts. Collectors look for coins that stand out slightly from the rest of circulation pieces. Not perfect, not magical, just different enough to notice. And sometimes that difference is enough to start discussions online. Because once people start comparing coins, patterns begin to appear. Some coins look brighter, some look sharper, some just feel different when you see them under light. And that curiosity spreads quickly. What if you already handled a coin like this and never looked twice? The beaver design on this coin is one of Canada's most recognizable symbols. It represents history, trade, and national identity. But collectors look at it differently. They don't just see a symbol, they see craftsmanship. They look at how the design was struck into metal, how deeply the details appear, how clear the texture remains after years of circulation. And sometimes they compare multiple coins from the same year side by side. That's when differences become obvious. One coin may look soft and worn. Another may still look sharp and detailed. And that raises questions. Why do some coins survive better than others? Was it handling, storage, mint variation, or something else? These questions are what keep collectors engaged. Because every answer leads to more curiosity. And that's exactly what makes coin collecting addictive for many people.